power, it looks unbreakable, like a mountain. But often, it's just a pile of secrets ready to collapse with a single tremor. One private decision can become a global headline, changing everything in an instant. From palaces to boardrooms, we'll explore 10 scandals that didn't just break hearts. They broke institutions and rewrote history. These are more than affairs. They're seismic events that forced the world to watch as the mighty fell. But beneath the drama, there's a lesson about power, secrecy, and consequence. One the powerful hoped you'd never learn. Stick around for the truth at the end. Let's dive in. The 1930s. King Edward VIII, handsome, adored, the future of the British crown. But he loved Wallis Simpson, a twice-divorced American. For the head of the Church of England, this was forbidden. The government and Commonwealth refused to accept her as queen, the choice throne or love. Months of crisis followed, hidden from the British press but splashed across international headlines. Edward tried compromise, but tradition wouldn't bend. In December 1936 he abdicated, giving up the crown for Wallis. His brother George VI became king, and a young Elizabeth became heir. Edward lived in exile, his story a cautionary tale. Even a king's private choice can shake a monarchy. The affair didn't just break a heart, it broke a line of kings and forced the royals to confront change. The monarchy survived, but only by facing its own rigidity. Edward's sacrifice set the stage for the modern royal family. Sometimes the price of love is the world itself, and history never forgets. 1990s. President Bill Clinton, charismatic, powerful, and reckless. His affair with Monica Lewinsky, a 22-year-old intern, was a secret until Linda Tripp's tapes made it evidence. Clinton's televised denial, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman," became infamous. But the blue dress proved otherwise. The scandal exploded, impeachment, endless headlines, and a nation divided. Clinton survived in office, but his legacy was forever stained. Lewinsky's life was upended, and the presidency's mystique shattered. The lesson, a private failing, when denied, can bring the world's most powerful man to the brink. In the end, the cover-up was worse than the crime, and America was never the same. Dominique Strauss-Kahn, IMF chief, French presidential favorite. In 2011, he was arrested in New York, accused of assaulting a hotel maid. The image of DSK in handcuffs shocked the world and ended his career overnight. The case collapsed, but the damage was done, his reputation destroyed, his ambitions finished. The scandal forced France and the world to confront the dark side of power and privilege. DSK resigned, and the political landscape shifted. The story exposed a culture of impunity and showed that no one is untouchable. Sometimes a single night can end an empire, and the reckoning can be global. Tiger Woods, golf's golden icon, a billion-dollar brand. Thanksgiving 2009, a car crash outside his mansion triggered a cascade of revelations. Affairs with nightclub hostesses, models, and more, over a dozen women came forward. The image of perfection shattered, sponsors fled, his game collapsed. Tiger checked into rehab, but the damage was done. The world watched as a legend unraveled in real time. His story proved that in the age of celebrity, narrative is everything. When the truth breaks through, even the mightiest brand can fall overnight. Perfection is fragile, and secrets are never safe. Tiger's fall was a warning. No one is bigger than the truth. The cost, his reputation, his fortune, and his myth, and the world moved on. Early 1960s, Camelot, President John F. Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe. Their rumored affair was hidden by loyal aides and a discreet press, but whispers persisted. Monroe's sultry, "Happy birthday, Mr. President," was a public hint of a private connection. Months later, Monroe was dead, her life and their link shrouded in conspiracy. The truth remains elusive, fueling decades of speculation. The scandal didn't topple a presidency, but it became legend. Sometimes the most powerful secrets are the ones never fully proven. The myth endures, casting a shadow over Camelot, and we're left to wonder what really happened behind the glamour. 1990s. Prince Charles, trapped in a loveless marriage, secretly calls Camilla Parker Bowles. A radio enthusiast records their intimate conversation. Charles's infamous tampon remark goes public. The monarchy's dignity is shattered. Charles becomes a global punchline. The scandal accelerates his divorce from Diana and damages his public image for years. Technology exposed what tradition tried to hide. The royal facade crumbled, and the world laughed and judged. It took decades for Charles and Camilla to recover. Even kings can't escape embarrassment. France's President François Mitterrand kept a second family hidden for over a decade. His daughter Mazarine and her mother lived under state protection, an open secret among elites, but never reported. In 1994, the truth broke, photos published, the secret exposed. The public was stunned, not by the affair but by the scale of deception and misuse of state resources. The scandal changed French political culture, ending the old code of silence. Even in laissez-faire France, some secrets are too big to keep, and trust, once lost, is hard to regain. Eliot Spitzer, Wall Street's crusader, New York's governor, moral enforcer. In 2008, he was caught on a wiretap arranging a meeting with a high-end escort. The man who prosecuted prostitution rings was client number 9. The hypocrisy was fatal. Spitzer resigned in disgrace within days. His career, built on moral authority, collapsed instantly. The higher the pedestal, the harder the fall. Hubris and secrecy destroyed him. And the lesson was clear: no one is above their own rules. John Edwards. Charismatic, compassionate, a presidential hopeful. While his wife battled cancer, he had an affair with a campaign videographer and fathered a child. He denied, lied, and orchestrated a cover-up with hush money and false paternity claims. The truth emerged, destroying his career and reputation. Edwards faced indictment, but the real cost was public trust and personal devastation. His story is a warning. Ambition fueled by deceit leads only to ruin. The perfect image was a complete illusion. When the truth surfaced, everything collapsed, and the pain was felt by all. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hollywood legend, California governor, family man. For years, he hid a secret son, born to the family's housekeeper just days after his youngest child with Maria Shriver. The truth emerged after his term ended. The resemblance was undeniable. Shriver filed for divorce, and Schwarzenegger's image was shattered. The betrayal unfolded within his own home, a secret hiding in plain sight. Fame and power couldn't shield him from the consequences. His greatest failure was personal, not political, and the cost was his family. 10 stories, 10 collisions of power and secrecy. Power magnifies consequences. The higher you climb, the harder the fall. These scandals show that concealment is poison, turning private mistakes into public catastrophes. Trust is the foundation of institutions and reputations. When it's broken, everything crumbles. The cover-up is almost always worse than the crime. The real lesson? Transparency and humility are strengths, not weaknesses. Secrets cost more than the truth ever will. That's the price of a secret. Thanks for watching. Thanks.